Man, I hate to see you go, but at some point, we all gotta hang it up. Welcome to the channel, it's Noble Credit, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you the proper downgrade paths for your credit cards if you're an active duty service member and you're deciding, you know what, I gotta hang it up, I gotta retire, I gotta throw in the towel, I gotta quit on my team, man, you're a quitter. No, I'm just playing with you. Listen, with these credit cards, it's very important that you downgrade properly, because what I would hate for you to do is to spend all this time building a bunch of credit and then you have to cancel a card. We don't want you canceling cards out here. I want you, at least at the bare minimum, downgrading to a card that you can at least sock drawer and it keeps your credit alive. All right. The reason why what's up, Jesus? The reason why I'm making this video is because I know not a lot of people actually retire in the military. I get that. I would hope that the people that watch this channel are the ones, Jesus said, start the stream with some bars. I will hope that the people who watch this channel are the ones that stay for the long term, because if you do what I'm telling you to do on this channel, or what I'm advising you to do, or what I'm giving you tips and tricks for, because this is not financial advice, I can't tell you what to do. If you do those things, you're better off spending a career here. Like, you almost got to choose this as your career, right? That's what I've chosen. I've become pretty decent at being in the military. I've chosen this as my career. One of the benefits of this career is I get these credit card benefits, and this is really good, because having built up a certain amount of credit cards that I have that basically bring me residual value every single month, every single year, every single quarter, thousands and thousands of dollars, this has allowed me to be able to travel to different places around the world, explore the world, and I didn't have to deploy to do it. Stay in some of the best properties in the world, best properties in the country, jet skiing in the Caribbean. We're snowboarding down the Swiss Alps. We're, camelback in the UAE. Like, this has really allowed me to live life to the absolute fullest, and it gives me something to look forward to, having to plan these trips that I generally am taking for free. Obviously, you got to come out of pocket something. It's not all, oh, I just took this trip for free and I didn't have to pay a single cent. Yes, that's true to an extent, but sometimes they'll get you with the valet fee at the hotel. You can't really get past that. So let's talk about the cards that you probably have. And I know the one card that everyone's going to have. All right. Everyone's going to have the Amex Gold. Everyone's going to have the American Express Platinum card. And you might be wondering, what do I downgrade to? Well, I'm going to help you answer that question in this video. So follow along with me, because it's not just American Express Platinum cards and Amex Gold cards that service members have. The service members that aren't as experienced in this realm of the internet, that's what they're going to have. Everyone's going to have those Amex Platinums, Amex Golds. The people that really follow this channel, the down since day ones, the Jesuses of this channel, these guys have 10 platinum cards, 3 Chase Sapphire Reserves, Hilton Aspires, all that stuff. We do it real big over here. All right. We stack these credits real big, real grande size, travel benefits. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about American Express. All right. So let me navigate over here to American Express. All right. So you can see on the screen, we have the American Express Platinum card. You may have it, you may not have it, but what you're wondering is, once you reach the end of your active duty tenure, maybe you go on reserve duty, or maybe you go back to the reserves or National Guard, you get off of active duty service, so they stop waiving the annual fee for your credit card at some point. What do you do? For the American Express Platinum, actually, I'll leave that to the end. I'll leave it to the end. and the Amex Go. I'm going to leave it to the end. All right. Blue Cash Preferred. None of you should have this card. I guess if you really care about cash back, I guess you could have the card, but you're wasting your credit card slots. All right. You get 5 American Express credit card slots. Why am I telling you? You're getting out. But once you reach this point, you have before that, you have 5 American Express credit card slots. Do not waste them on cards like the Blue Cash Preferred. All right, get your Hilton Aspire, get your Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, get your Delta Reserve. Easy. All right, and then I personally have 3 Hilton Aspires, 1 Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, and a Delta Reserve. So I'm going to kind of tell you my downgrade path as well. But I'm going to go through all the cards that American Express or any other card issuer they waive the annual fee for, and I'm going to tell you the exact downgrade path and the exact downgrade path that I would do. All right. So if you did have the Blue Cash Preferred, just downgrade it to the Blue Cash Everyday. That's easy because that's a no annual fee card. I'm not even going to get into the benefits of the Blue Cash Preferred because it doesn't really matter. All right. So this is the Blue Cash Everyday. All right. So this is the card. This is the card that you would just keep. This is your card now. This is a card that every 6 to 8 months you buy something with to keep the card alive. It keeps your credit history alive. There. All right. So you would never get the Delta Sky Miles Gold card. What the card that you would have, you might have the Delta Sky Miles Platinum card because it's a decent card, or you would have the I'm mad they don't have these cards in order, but you might have the Delta Reserve, which is what I have. And the Delta Reserve is a good card to have because of the companion certificate. It's gotten better, and they have a Delta Stays credit, $200 Delta Stays credit. This has added so much value to the card. I was considering getting rid of it and then replacing it with another Hilton Aspire card, but I decided to keep it because I think it could actually come in handy down the line, or at least next year when I'm thinking about taking a trip to Central America or the Caribbean. When I say Central America, that also includes Mexico. Yep, Mexico. You know, Los Cabos, Cancun, those spots, right? So the Delta Reserve, if some of you have it, your downgrade path is going to be, I don't see it. Where's that Delta Blue? Delta Blue, yes. Delta Blue, no annual fee. All right, keep your credit history alive. I've personally had the Delta Reserve for like 5 years ish, maybe 6 years. Yeah, 5 or 6 years. So that's a lot of credit history that's built up. That's trust within a financial institution. All on-time payments, 100% on time. I don't want to lose that. I downgrade that to the Delta Blue. Keep the card alive. Keep the credit alive. And it doesn't really negatively affect you at all. All right. Yes, you have something to remember every year. Buy a pack of gum at the gas station every year to keep the card alive. All right. Make it look like the card has been in use. So you may have to schedule your purchase upon the statement close date, so it looks like you have something to pay off. So it looks like they have to report a balance for you. All right. So that's a little trick for you. All right. So if you have the Delta Reserve or the Delta Platinum, downgrade that to the Delta Sky Miles Blue American Express card. All right. So that's solved. Next, we have the Cash Magnet card. That's already a no annual fee card. Doesn't matter. All right. If you have a Bonvoy Bevy or a Bonvoy Brilliant, this is a tricky one because there used to be I feel like there used to be a no annual fee Marriott credit card with American Express. So what I would do is, if you do have these, go ahead and call up American Express and see, hey, can I downgrade to a no annual fee Marriott card? Maybe by the time you get out, maybe it's years down the line, maybe there is a no annual fee Marriott card. So that's what I would do. But I feel like there used to be one. Maybe back when it was called the SPG, when Marriott was SPG, there used to be one. So you might be able to downgrade, but I did not verify that. I did not verify that before creating this live stream. Perhaps I could call up American Express and ask them, hey, I'm thinking about getting rid of this car. Can I downgrade it to a no annual fee Marriott car? But I don't have more cars to get to. But if you're interested, definitely just call. Now, if you can't downgrade it to a no annual fee Marriott credit card, well, you got a decision to make. Do you want to spend $250 annual fee on the Bonvoy Bevy? Most people would say no, considering that it's not really a good card at all. At least in my opinion, it's good for a sign-up bonus if you're about to make that spin, but it's not really a good card to hold. So I would make the executive decision. All right, I'm taking an L on the Marriott Bonvoy. Excuse me. I'm taking an L on the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless or on the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. There's so many Marriott cars, man. These all get confusing. Marriott Bonvoy Balance, Bonvoy Brilliant, Bonvoy Bevy, Bonvoy Bold, Bonvoy Bountiful. Is so many cars. All right, take that L. All right, hold that L. Yes, it'll be on your credit report for a number of years still. All right, it's not gonna. It's gonna hurt, but it'll take time for it to hurt. So it's not gonna immediately fall off your credit report. So, and then during that time, other credit cards that you have, they're still building history. So it really won't be that bad of a hit. All right. So you might have to take an L on the Marriott credit cards. All right. For the Hilton Surpass or Hilton Aspire, if you have these, go ahead and downgrade those to this. This is the no annual fee Hilton Honors American Express card. Pretty self-explanatory. All right. Keep your credit history alive. All right. I have three Hilton Aspires. Being able to downgrade those to 3 no annual fee Hilton cards, lifesaver. All right. Credit saver. Easy. All right. If you have the American Express green card and for some reason you didn't upgrade it to a platinum card, which would be really weird if you're in the military. No, this is, I don't want to spoil anything. All right, I'll come back to that. I'll come back. All right, here's the Amex Everyday. There's an Everyday Preferred, which I talked about. Oh, it's not up here. Okay, where's the Everyday Preferred? There it is. There's an Amex Everyday Preferred. And I actually used to have this credit card back when I didn't really know much. All right. I had the Amex Everyday Preferred card. And I remember there was this story time. There was this benefit with the Amex Everyday Preferred. And you got an elevated amount of cash back, points back when you made a certain amount of transactions in a month. So it was like, if you make 20 transactions in a month, you get like, another 0.5% on all your spend, or like 3.5% on all your spend. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this was not a smart thing to do, but I remember being in Hawaii and I went to like the Walmart. It was this Walmart in, I want to say Pearl City. No, not Pearl City, Mililani. It was Walmart in Mililani, and this woman was just looking at me because I was just scanning all of my items, purchasing them one by one. One of the dumbest things I think I've done with credit cards, and I've made some mistakes, just so I could hit that 20 transactions, and then after feeling not very smart about doing that, I would eventually get rid of the Everyday Preferred. I say I had a little rap when I say Everyday Preferred, wave a neck goodbye. I might spit something if we get enough likes on this video. Go ahead and hit the like button for me, please. But yeah, if you have the Everyday Preferred, which is not a smart card to have, go ahead and downgrade it to that Amex Everyday. That's a no annual fee card. Keep the credit alive. All right, I almost get a little nostalgic thinking about the Everyday Preferred, thinking about that little mirror that it has in it, and Yeah, because it was like brand new American Express. Like that was just it was just nostalgic to me. So that does it for American Express. Let me check the chat. Okay, Jesus says my plan is to have my home and vehicle set up, which require good credit to acquire good APR, and then wait for the banks to send notice that they will start to charge fees. Then simply cancel all. Jesus also said, with the exception of maybe one platinum and one aspire, the credit score is really an arbitrary number if you don't need it. Just a pretty number, right? Moman says, I tried applying for the Brilliant, but now I'm in pop-up jail due to me recently getting the CSR. How are you in pop-up jail from the CSR? Shaking my head. Moman says, the Brilliant got a juicy sign-up bonus. Let's see what that sign-up bonus is. And my bad for not changing the view. What is that sign-up bonus? Oh, 185. Nice. Very nice. Let me see what sometimes the sign-up bonus, on the referral links is less. And I don't like that, but it is what it is. So it's 185 here. 185. Okay. All right. All right. By the by, if you are interested in applying for any of the cards I talk about on this channel, there you are. Referral link in the chat, and it's also in the description box below. So let's get back to, let me just comment on what Jesus said. So yes, arbitrary number, credit score, if you don't need it, it's not really that important. You still want to have a decent credit score. And I know some of you, if you're getting out of the military, you may be a little younger, maybe not have had as extensive of a credit history as someone like me, who's, has 40, 50 credit cards ish. And, I'll survive losing 5 credit cards. But some of your scores may tank, like going into like the 600s, maybe low 6s if you lose a credit card or two. And I don't want that to happen to you because your credit score is still a very important number. It's going to affect the rates that you can get. So this podcast episode is also about smart financial planning. So by the time that you do decide to get out, you're just set up. You're set up for success. I want to set you up and make sure that you're good to go. And that includes making sure that your credit score is good to go, because I know people get platinum cards and they swipety swipe, and that's their only credit card, which would be, or that's one of 2 credit cards they have, and that's ridiculous in my opinion. So you're basically losing half of all of your credit cards if you get rid of your platinum card. And I just want to make sure that you are aware of that. And yeah, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna push forward. So we're finished with American Express. I will come back to that platinum and gold card. All right, now let's take a look at Chase credit cards, because Chase credit cards waive the annual fees for you as well on the personal cards. All right, so this is a Chase Freedom Unlimited. Obviously, if you have a Chase Freedom Unlimited, you don't have to worry about downgrading it or anything like that. Chase Freedom Flex, you don't have to worry about that. These are already no annual fee cards. The Freedom Rise, Slate Edge, same thing, no annual fee cards. Now, moving on to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So you could have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I would have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Gives you more benefits of your active duty military. And so let's talk about both. Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Sapphire Preferred. Go ahead and downgrade these guys to Freedom Unlimited. If you have multiple CSRs, get a Freedom Flex. All right, you don't need multiple Unlimiteds, but having a Freedom Flex and a Freedom Unlimited would be fine. And the reason is, unless you really are going to get the $550 value out of the card, which is nice technically, because you could still come out on top. You can still come out in the green With the CSR, it's a little harder. Some cards are easier, like the Capital One Venture X. Pretty easy card to come out on top. But the Chase FI Reserve, you got to do a little bit more work, especially with them getting rid of some very important benefits, such as getting rid of Priority Pass restaurants. That's a bummer. And that's why we also have cards that can replace your CSR within your Priority Pass wallet. And I talked about that in a previous live stream. Go ahead and check that out. But with the Chase FI Reserve, go ahead and get rid of it. Either downgrade it to a preferred or downgrade it to a Freedom Unlimited or Freedom Flex. Pretty simple. All right, Prime Visa. I actually don't recommend, I guess it depends on how much money you spend on Amazon, but I don't recommend getting like the Amazon cards. While they're nice cards and great for people who love Amazon and Whole Foods and Home Goods, I don't think Home Goods is one of them. But yeah, there are better credit cards within Chase's setup that provide you more value. Like any of the hotel cards are going to beat the Amazon Prime Visa any day. All right, so I wouldn't waste. Now, if you've already wasted it, depending on your 524 status, it's not really worth canceling it. But these are already no annual fee cards. It's just you have to have Amazon Prime in order to get the benefit from the Prime card. The Southwest Priority Card. So this is the highest annual fee Chase credit card that you can have. I personally don't have it, but player 2 has it. And once it's all said and done, player 2 will go ahead and downgrade that priority card to, oh, there is no annual fee. Okay. Player 2 will likely be with that Southwest Priority Card. It could be worth it to have it, but probably not, considering you would have to fly. It's not like a sock drawer card. It's not like a card for a $69 annual fee. You could just put in a sock drawer and just reap the benefits for it. This card doesn't work like that. So you're better off just go ahead and saying, you know what? Take that L. Just like with the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, Marriott Bonvoy Bevy, take that L. All right. But still, make sure you call to make sure that there is no annual fee downgrade path for the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant once that time comes. All right. United credit cards. I like this. All right. Because as a service member, you can have the United Club Visa Infinite credit card, or I recommend the United Quest card, which comes with that $125 United credit, which is nice. With the downgrade path, though, you can downgrade it to a no annual fee United Gateway credit card. So $0 annual fee, and this keeps your United credit card history alive. I personally have the United Club. Player 2 has a Quest. Those will both get downgraded to United Gateways to keep that credit alive. And there are pretty nice credit limits on the United credit cards. Some of the highest we have. Aeroplan card. All right, very niche credit card. One of the credit cards that player 2 actually has, but we probably shouldn't have. And it's just when you realize where the value comes with all of these cards, the value really comes with the hotel credit cards that you can get annual free nights with. So that's where your benefits mainly going to come from. These airline cards, not really going to be it with Chase. But the Aeroplan card, if you did have it or do have it, get your sign-up bonus. And those points will be pretty useful with booking through Air Canada. Now, Air Canada is not the only flights. It's not the only carrier that you can book through. For instance, like I'm looking at our Aeroplan points, and I'm seeing, we can take Copa, we can take United, Copa Airlines to get to South America. And I'm trying to be strategic about how we get there. So may have to take some points from my account and use those to get me to a destination, and then player two take points in her account and she uses that to get to the same destination. Sometimes travel be like that. When you're working with all these different points, you gotta kind of be a little strategic about it. You gotta think outside the box. I think um, when we get back from Japan, we're actually taking separate flights from Japan to get back to get to LA, just because that's just how the points work out. All right. Um, Paying with different point currencies, they can't combine. So instead of paying all that money out of pocket for international flight from Japan to LA, or we could have paid from Japan all the way back home to BWI, but if you get to LA, then you get to use United, and we have a lot of United travel credits. I'm just saying. All right, moving on to the Marriott Bonvoy. Make sure everyone can see me. All right, everyone can see me. Oh, they hate me says, do you use any credit union cards? I do. By use is a strong word, but I do have credit union cards, Navy Federal. And Navy Federal has the highest credit limit that I currently have. Go ahead into your Navy Federal Credit Union app. Go to any of your Navy Federal credit cards, your Navy Federal the green one, or if you got a platinum, Navy Federal Platinum, or if you got a Navy Federal Go Rewards, all right, go into your account, go to the account options where it says request credit limit increase. Navy Federal does a soft pull for credit limit increases. Go ahead and then request that credit limit increase. Hopefully you make a little bit more money now, and hopefully it's been more than 6 months or been about 6 months since you requested the last one. Request for an $8,000 increase. This is some real sauce. An $8,000 increase every 6 months. I currently have 41,000 credit limit. That's an enormous credit limit. So for a card that I really don't use. So just do that. Just do that for all of your Navy Federal cards. Every 6 month, request a credit limit increase until they don't let you do it anymore. All right. And that's how you get your credit limits up. And because Navy Federal does a soft pull, because they do a soft pull, it doesn't affect your credit. All right. You're welcome. Back to regularly scheduled programming. All right. Marriott Bonvoy Balance. Bonvoy Bountiful. You should only have these cards if you're trying to upgrade to a Ritz, because that's where the value for Marriott is with Chase. You upgrade to the the Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card after you have had the Marriott Bonvoy Balance for a year. And same thing with the Bonvoy Bountiful. If they let you do it, which they should, it would surprise me if they wouldn't. But where do you downgrade? Well, the good thing about Marriott with Chase is they have a no annual fee downgrade path with the Bonvoy Bold. So this keeps your Ritz-Carlton card alive. This keeps your Bonvoy Balance alive. This keeps your Bonvoy Bountiful alive when you decide to exit service. All right, exit stage left. IHG. IHG is one of the cards I like because unlike the Hyatt credit card, it has a no annual fee downgrade path to that IHG One Rewards Traveler credit card. So, but also, IHG One Rewards Premier card is a keeper card. All right. Kind of the same with the Bonvoy Balance. Technically, the Bonvoy Balance is a keeper card because it's a $95 annual fee, and then they give you a 50,000 point night free night certificate. I think I just butchered that. All right, it's okay. I do this live, and that is going to pay for that is going to be worth more than $95 annual fee. So these are kind of keeper cards, except for the Bonvoy Bountiful. That card's trash. It just has a good sign up bonus, but there's no reason to have it outside of that. But with the IHG Rewards Premium credit card. Definitely a keeper card, $99 annual fee. You are going to get a free night certificate with this card. It's going to be very rare that you're not going to be able to get more value than $100 out of a free night certificate at an IHG property. IHG properties, they come in handy for me. I stayed at, so IHGs, they just put in work. Like, I'm sorry, like if I could, I will have multiple Ritz credit cards, when it's all said and done. But sometimes I wish I would just double up, or I would be able to double up on these IHG credit cards. But it's actually impossible to double up because you can't apply for an IHG card if you've already had one. So player two would have to get one. You can't get the traveler credit card and upgrade. They just won't let you. I believe I checked that on my last live stream because I think they say so in the rewards. Maybe. All right, don't quote me that. Just click on this. Click on the terms and conditions. Yeah, and I don't have time to read that right now. All right, Disney, we're gonna skip. None of you should have that. All right, World of Hyatt, nothing you can do. Either keep it because it's a keeper card, definitely a keeper card, like 100% keeper card. The spot that you stay in using the free night certificate is going to be worth much more than $95. So keep a card. But if you must cancel it, then cancel away. British Airways, same thing with the Aeroplan card. Niche. All right, this is only really useful. Getting this card is only really useful if you're planning on traveling to Europe, mainly within like the UK. That's where you're probably going to get the best value from this card with the Avios. And the same thing with Aer Lingus and Iberia. Iberia being more European travel, maybe European to South America travel. Aer Lingus, same thing, more just European travel. So unless you're on a real European kick, you should probably steer clear of these. And if you're like, oh man, I need the points, try to get, I guess you can sacrifice, maybe sacrifice player two. That's what I had to do. We had to sacrifice player two to get some Aeroplan points. And that will come in handy later. But in the 1 year that we've had the Aeroplan card, it has not come in handy yet. It came in handy once. Once having that Aeroplan card came in handy. And that was because with Air Canada, they really value credit card loyalty, and it was like something that if you had an Air Canada credit card, you either got pushed to the front of some line, or you didn't have to wait in that line, or you didn't have to pay some baggage fee that we would have had to pay. It like Air Canada is not really concerned about, oh, you're active duty military, this check bag free, and they're not really concerned about that. So, because it's not America. No, that's Canada. So, all right. DoorDash, you should not have this card. Instacart, you should not have this card. And then the business cards, you don't get those annual fees waived. So I recommend having, if you're going to have a business card with Chase, have the Ink Business Unlimited or the Ink Business Cash. And that's it. That's it for Chase. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me check the chat. And nothing in the chat. So let's move on. Put myself on screen. All right, I'm here. If anyone has any questions, I will keep pushing. We'll keep pushing along. But I'm checking the chat just to see if anyone has anything while I'm not reading off of the websites right now. Waiting. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hope everyone enjoy the eclipse. I did not see it. I don't have a cat. I do not have the glasses, or I don't know how you're supposed to look at a solar eclipse, but I definitely wasn't about to risk anything. I saw an American Dad episode where Roger looks at the sun during a solar eclipse and he went blind. So I don't know. I'm not messing with that. All right, nothing in the chat. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on to Bank of America. All right. Why doesn't it give me an option? Okay, shop all credit cards. So the only Bank of America credit card that you should have if you're active duty military is this one. This is the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit card. This is one of the best travel credit cards you could have. It's one of the best that's on the market. You need to get rid of that one though. If you need to get rid of that one though, even though the $300 travel credit mixed with the $150 lifestyle credit and then the TSA pre-check global entry credit, these actually kind of equate to the annual fee. So it's actually a pretty decent card on its own. Not saying it's a keeper card, but it's kind of a keeper. But yeah, you want to downgrade that to one of these: Bank of America Travel Rewards, Bank AmeriCard, Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards. Basically, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what you downgrade it to as long as it's a no annual fee card. Unless you really plan on having a Bank of America setup, this is what you're going to be doing. All right. So there's no reason for you to have the Bank of America Premium Rewards card because it does, like, if you don't have to pay an annual fee, then get the Premium Rewards Elite. All right. And that's really all I have to say about Bank of America. We're going to move on to US Bank. US Banco. All right. View all credit cards. Wait, did I change back? I did not change back. All right. I got to go back to Bank of America. All right. We got to redo this one more time. So if you're active duty military, you should have the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite. Once you exit active duty, you get rid of this card, you downgrade it to basically call the number in the back of the card, say I'm downgrading after, they threaten to charge you the annual fee. Or you could do it preemptively, depends on your risk level tolerance. The Bank of America Travel Rewards card, the Bank AmeriCard, the Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards card, Bank of America Custom Cash Rewards card, all no annual fee cards. Basically, what I'm saying is get into one of these Bank of America no annual fee cards to preserve your history. Bank of America is my oldest credit card. I have a Bank of America Travel Rewards card that used to be this red Bank of America Custom Cash Rewards card. They actually won't let me upgrade that to they won't let me upgrade it at all. Probably because since I was not under the Military Lending Act back then, technically my account is under the SCRA. And so that's probably the reason why they won't let me upgrade to one of these other cards, because they will not waive the annual fee on them. So not sure. But yeah, that's Bank of America. Moving on to the US Bank card. So if you are active duty military, you should have this credit card. This is the US Bank Altitude Reserve card. Really good travel card. One of the lowest annual fees for a travel card, coming in at $400. And it comes with a $325 travel credit. So $75 effective annual fee. That bonus tends to come in handy. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I've used the points with my US Bank Altitude Reserve, I think in Switzerland, to cover the cost of a hotel. And it worked like a charm. But you will have to get rid of this card at some point, sometime one day, and you will just downgrade that to one of these no annual fees. So not this one, not this US Bank Shopper Cash Awards, not this US Bank Altitude Connect. One of these: US Bank Cash Plus, US Bank Visa Platinum, US Bank Altitude Go. You will just downgrade to one of those. Easy enough. All right, Capital One. So not really for people who are under the Military Lending Act. This is if you are under the Servicemember Civil Relief Act, as in you had like the Venture X before you joined active duty, and they waive your annual fee for you because they don't waive it under the Military Lending Act, and you're going off of active duty, so it will stop waiving the annual fee. And you just have to downgrade to not, excuse me, not the Venture card, but one of these no annual fee cards, Venture One or Quicksilver or um, yeah, Quicksilver or the Saver One. See if you can downgrade it to the Saver One. So I don't have too much information on these simply because it really doesn't apply to me at all, and anyone uh it, it just really doesn't, it's not really that applicable, especially for the Military Lending Act. But yeah, there are no annual fee downgrade paths that you can choose from, but Capital One, I wish they waived the annual fee under the Military Lending Act, but they just don't wanna. So it's their choice. All right, moving on to Citi credit cards. So you are grandfathered in. If you are grandfathered into the Citi Prestige, you are still having your annual fee waived, but there will come a time where they will not waive that annual fee anymore. You'll still keep the card, but they won't waive the annual fee anymore. You're gonna want to downgrade that to one of these Citi Simplicity, not that Custom Cash, Citi Double Cash. You want one of those cards. All right. Citi Premier if you felt like it, but I don't know why you would. And I actually don't know if you can get the annual fee waived on the Citi Premier. If you are new to the military, so you never had the chance to get the Citi Prestige, I would, if you wanted to dummy it, if you wanted to guinea pig it, go ahead and try to hold a balance on there until the statement close date once you apply for it. And then they should waive that annual fee because they basically go off of a calculation that you're not allowed to pay. It's like 36% interest. And I guess they look at an annual fee as paying interest as part of a fee. I don't know how they do it. I don't know the funny math that they do, but basically, if you hold a balance, you can see one of the mistakes that I made, and the reason why I don't currently have a Premier. I have a Custom Cash because I had to downgrade it because this was years ago when I didn't really realize what I was doing. But the reason I don't have a Premier is because I did not hold a balance on the card. So I don't know if it would have waived the annual fee for me once that statement close date hit. So that's what I recommend doing. Have a balance showing. The Citi Rewards Plus, that's also a no annual fee downgrade path that you could take. Now another Citi credit card that you can have is the Citi A Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard. You can downgrade this to the too far. There we go. The American Airlines Advantage Mile Up card. This is a no annual fee card. Preserves your Citi A Advantage credit history. And that's it. That's it for personal cards from Citi. And those are the only Citi credit cards that you should have. So, outside of cards that maybe you had before you joined active duty. But yeah, let's go to American Express. So what you're going to have to do with this American Express Platinum card, you're going to have to hold that L. What I'm banking on is that by the time that I retire, by the time that I hang up my boots, maybe they'll offer a no annual fee charge card. But until then, you're going to have to hang that L. So for me, that means I got to hang 7 L's because I have 7 personal platinum cards. I have 10 total, but those 3 business platinum cards, I was grandfathered into those when they used to waive the annual fee under the Servicemember Civil Relief Act. Now, they don't waive the annual fee, but I'm still grandfathered in. So lucky me. But I will have to go ahead and cancel all of those platinum cards. I will. And player 2 as well. She'll have to cancel all of her platinum cards when that day comes. But the ride was fun while it lasted. We got thousands and thousands of dollars out of it, out of the deal. So, um, it's not going to tank our credit scores. Probably, it definitely won't tank our credit scores. We have too many credit cards for 7 credit cards to destroy us. It just won't work like that. Luckily, another thing is credit limits aren't really attached to these cards, these charge cards. So, there's no preset spending limit, which means that the utilization isn't affected. Not that it would be anyway, because our credit limits are so high that uh, even losing, 100,000 of it wouldn't really put a dent in it. But yeah, I'm losing 7 platinum cards. Um, Now, what you could do, and the same thing with a gold card. Now, what you could do, you could downgrade all those platinum cards or your 1 platinum card to an American Express green card at $150 annual fee. But I don't know why you would want to do that. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I would do. See what people are saying in the chat. They Hate Me says Navy Fed is nice. Penn Fed as well. Their Pathfinder card is $95, but fee is waived for military and veterans. Plus, it comes with $100 airline incidental credit and pre-check global entry. Hello, United Travel Bank. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. With that Pathfinder card, though, uh, as far as the strategy that you're using, it would be very low on my list, especially with it depends on what you're prioritizing because um, you know, if you've knocked out all the chase cards that you can get and all the American Express cards that you can get, and your US banks and your Bank of America premium reward elites, then maybe you can go get the Pathfinder. But by the time that you get all those cards, you'll be under Chase 524 again, and then it's time to go double back and get your Chase Hotel cards again, and then more Bank of America Premium Rewards Elites again. And then by the time you get back under 524 again, you can go back and get some more, either fill out your American Express cards or some more Chase cards if they let you. So um, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find if you're prioritizing, if you're using Chase as the number one place where you can obtain value that's restricted. Most of your value is going to come from American Express, but Chase is going to give you a lot of value still. So yeah, I recommend it's the Pathfinder would have to be a very in-game oriented card. All right, They Hate Me also said, how much longer before you start implementing your exit strategy? It's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a long time. Um, I'll just say this. Maybe by the time I implement my exit strategy, they have a no annual fee charge card with American Express. So, any other questions that I can answer? Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Go ahead and hit that like button for me and subscribe. Trying to give you guys value, trying to do my part, just being in the military, but trying to build this military community. But yeah, you know, I just I just served my country. Supposedly, Amex Gold on me, used on groceries unless a sign-up bonus is holding me. Don't trust the banks. They'll steal your cash. It's noble credit and I'm in my bag. I come out on top. I don't finish last. I can't see you haters like my vision bad. Stendo says, super late, huh? Yeah, it's super late. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Fire emojis in the comments. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. You guys be safe. I'll see you in the next video. Hit that notification bell, by the way. All right, like button. Peace.